I think that we have here at Salem, we've got a lot of folks that are involved in making sure that when someone shows an interest, there's a way for them to connect.
The other thing that people can get involved in is Awana, is VBS, is Sunday school, the contemporary service, ushering at the traditional service.
We've got a lot of things going, whether it be small groups, whether it be something going on Wednesday night, whether it be the choir, whether it be loaves and fishes.
Getting involved in those programs physically is going to help out Salem as well.
And to really let them know that there are going to be people along the way that are going to help them get more and more involved so they don't have to feel like they're new or that they're alone in doing any of these things.
There are a number of things that we need the finances for to carry out these programs. So your giving is going to help us do that.
When I was growing up, I think my parents taught me that that was a very important thing to be doing. Even when my parents were struggling financially when I was a child, they were still giving. They still took it off the top and gave that. The other thing they also taught me was to, even in difficult situations, to constantly be in the mindset of giving.
One of the things that I really learned early on in giving was you don't have to be real concerned about the amount that you give. You don't have to be real concerned about whether or not there's going to be enough.
Starting to give is probably maybe the hardest thing. Once you've got that, whatever it happens to be, that chunk set aside, maybe it's not the tithe. Maybe that seems so out of stretch, so far away, so undoable. Start with something, and then every year you can, revisit and maybe increase your giving. But don't feel like you have to do it all at once.
We know that Salem will take our money, use it wisely to bless others, and that we have a part of helping others, whether they're in church members or a congregation or in our community or across the world, that Salem does a good job with what we give back.
We try to put that first and make it automatic so we don't have to constantly be tempted to make decisions on a monthly basis.
Once you give and you put God's gift first, there's always going to be more than enough for that, and then for you to move forward. So not to be reluctant in what you give.
Every little thing counts, I would say. I think there's no gift too small that you can give.
Just grow. It's a growing experience.
We can't do everything, but everybody can do something.
A lot of times I think that people don't feel like they're giving when they are. And so I think what you realize is once you start a little bit, it'll snowball, and then you'll be turning out that you might not think it's that much, but it might be turning out to be rather important for the church.